Welcome back to SuperCoach Masters. I'm here with SuperCoach Pro. SuperCoach Pro, how you doing?
Mate, I'm fantastic for a Monday. I'm buzzing. SuperCoach team's going all right. How are you doing?
I'm all right, man. Good to have the team locked in. Lots of regret. A lot of things we're happy with. What about you, man? How did you go? I think I put it in the banner there, what we scored. Seems like I've outscored you nice and early this year, mate. Tell me what's happened.
Got a fit team already. Clary Oliver, stupid Rangers. Rangers always do it for me every year. They just stuff it up for me. So the side actually looks okay despite a 2-2-8-7. I don't really know what wrong apart from Butters as captain, mate. What about you? How do you go?
All right, mate. 2-3-3-9, and I like, you know, I hate my team. Like, I'm gonna say I hate it. You know, I just, the trades are going to be hard because I have, I think, 12 midfielders, including flex, that are not DPP. So it's going to be really hard to work around it, but we're going to give it a crack, mate. But before we do, we got some coffee shouts from Prunus Persica. What a fucking name on that, mate. That's Prunus Persica. 2 coffees. Great fun, this podcast. Eat a nectarine and underrated fruit. I actually have a nectarine, but which one, Purse? White or yellow? Yeah, you got to let me know, mate. And he's joined the SuperCoach Primos. He's joined up to second. He's got the L plays as the first time donator to the potty. And it's a bit weird seeing the King Wahab at third for once in his career, the 3-time Brownlow medalist. But appreciate that, Prunus, and a sick name. Love a long time. And that's not the only news, SuperCoach Pro. You have purchased yourself a polo finally, and you're going to be rocking it in style.
Mate, I'm going to wake up to it. I'm going to give all the women it when they wake up in the morning too. I had to get one, mate. So it's fantastic. It's looking forward to repping around the gym and around Adelaide, mate. So it should be really good. It looks comfy too. So I'm keen.
It's going to be fantastic to see professional. And you even got yourself a SuperCoach Masters beanie. Mate,
look at that. It's just going to go right on this. God.
Fucking, if you want to also be like SuperCoach Pro and look sexy and like be like sexy, go to our store and get some. We're live. I can't forget we're live. But anyway, SuperCoach Pro. It's fucking hot in here, mate. Let's get to some SuperCoach.
All right. What do you got for me?
Oh, I've got to fucking remove this. Let me fucking add this to the screen. This is my shit team I'm going to show everyone. Getting the floor going. Yep. Thank you. This is the shit team. Look at that. Lockie Whitfield getting me a 70 of 25 touches. Isn't that disgusting? Butters captain, as I'm sure most of you did. And went with LDU 104. Not too displeased with that. I went Deb Robertson because I saw he had like 24, 28 touches in the Pracky matches. So that was okay. We're going to get to Philippou, Marshall, Goulden, who's out for 4 months, mate. Did you manage to miss Goulo?
I only just missed Goulden to accommodate for some other players. But, yeah, you're going to have to trade him out regardless. Like 4 months is obviously a trade. So he's in, 40% of teams, mate? How many teams is he in?
Yeah, it's about 40. I think 39 are out. So he has to go. And, look, I'm not going to go through every single score. But, look, I'll tell you who I'm very disappointed with. As you saw my team reveal, last time I had Jackson in the ruck. I ended up getting rid of him. So I'm a bit disappointed. I ended up going with Anderson, who scored pretty well. And obviously my 2 biggest pods were LDU and Shitfield. Shitfield's break-even is 166, mate. So that's going to be a tough one. If he gets 121, he's going down 20K. So he's someone on my radar. But, mate, I don't think there's any good defenders, rookies or premiums to get this week. What are your thoughts on that?
None that I can think of either. Apart from my man Worrell. Worrell didn't even get into my final side. I talk a big game, I'm going to get this pod. Cleared my team Thursday. Should have just cleared my entire team and left it that way. And then turns out I didn't even put Worrell back in. Instead, I got Josh Dacos and freaking Blackiston, who can't even not get free kick against.
So disappointed to hear that, because when I was looking for your team, and I saw that you didn't have Worrell, I'm like, what is he doing? Like, that's like the one player I liked in your team that you said it. Anyway, we still have another game to see all the Adelaide players score. So I don't think you need to get any of them in. And obviously, let's just let's just go shopping in the back line. We'll go shopping in the back line first, and we'll see what we can get. Because if you don't have Sinclair, I think he's the obvious one that's doing well in the back line.
Yeah, I agree. I actually really like Tom Stewart when he's off his bye as well. I flagged this before. I think he's consistent. I know he's going to get injured at some point. Stewart, I'm confident in. Sicily, I'm not confident in Sicily. I know he's shown early signs, but I don't like when they throw him forward. What are your thoughts on that, George, for Sis?
Look, I would not. Obviously, now I'm a victim of having Dacos, Walsh, and Jagger Smith missing with Tanner Braun. So I'm not really keen to trade in anyone that has to have another bye, which is all of these guys. Even after the bye for Tom Stewart, he's old and he's going to get injured. If you want to be below me in SuperCoach, I recommend you get Tom Stewart because he's not going to do good. He's not going to do good. Sicily looks good. He's probably the best out of this old man Zorko, Tom Stewart, and Sicily. But I'd probably pick him up after his bye, if anything. I'm not going to. But I still wouldn't touch him. So I don't know. Josh Dacos looks good. I mean, he had, I think, about close to 8 or 9 touches when they put him in the midfield in the last quarter. If they only do it the whole game, Dan Houston, mate, are you still going to talk me out of picking him?
I'm not going to talk you out because you're the master. So far out, mate. I think I draw one more match out of him, and then I'd be convinced. What's his break even look like after his bye?
Well, you're not going to pick him up after he goes up, surely. So let's click on Houston. His break even's 18. So if big old Houston gets himself 114, he's going up 42K.
I don't know. If you want heartache, go do it, mate. But I just couldn't do it to myself. Like I'm already.
I'm ready for some heartache, mate. Look, well, let's keep going through backline players. I think Josh Dacos is another one who could be worth it after his bye, but we're looking for now. Wilkie, no thank you. Lockie Ash still has a bye, and I don't like him at all. Matty Roberts, no thank you. Look at the names that we're looking at. Are we seriously looking at Joe Fonte?
Big J is, but certainly not me, mate. I think you missed the boat on that if you're going for a Fonte type now.
Oh, you haven't missed the boat. He hasn't gone up yet.
Yeah, but you're trading in a bloke you're going to trade out in a couple of weeks' time anyway. It makes no sense, really.
He still has his bye. Look, I'm telling you, I don't like it. I'm just doing this devil's advocate kind of stuff. I'm going through these defenders, and look at this. It is disgusting. This is putrid. So based on that, if you have Jacks, or as I like to call them, Jacques, and you have, Sinclair and Rosie, there is no one for you back here. Just run your fucking duds. If you want to go early on a Wayne Malira, go for it. But another week of data would be good. Look, I checked the preseason, right? And Worrell and Wayne Malira had massive numbers. So we actually have 2 games of data for both of them, but one more for Worrells and Wayne Malira's, I think, if you're going to go to them. I don't think there's anyone in the back line that you can get. And for that reason, I can't trade out Whitfield. There is Bo Allen who scored a 71. I would love another week to see if he gets another 71, but he was such a dud last week. There's no one, mate. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there anyone I'm missing in the back line that has done relatively good?
Jaden Short.
Jaden Short. Yeah, if he's not a fucking trap waiting to happen, mate, I don't know what is. This is disgusting.
You're going to have to hold Whitfield. Whitfield's going to be top 6 regardless. Like, this would just be a trigger move on Wits.
I'm triggered. I am triggered. However, last time he played St Kilda, he did score 176. So that's what I'm expecting, like nothing less.
Yeah, fair.
Some people are loving the font.
Would you even VC Whitfield against St Kilda since they leaked points?
After last week, I'm tempted to play fucking Lindsay over fucking Whitfield, mate. Let's not fucking talk vice captain Whitfield when we got Butters against, I think, Essendon, who still done shit. Anderson versus Richmond. Petrarca versus Richmond. We got Sheasel versus, I think, West Coast. LU versus West Coast. We are spoiled for captain options this week, mate. There is no Whitfield vice captain in contention.
Butters pissed me off. Butters can go get, what? I just can't believe it. He just looked like he was disinterested. Looked like he wanted to play for North Melbourne instead. Plonked himself forward in the third quarter. Did shit all. So, no, screw you, Butters, for another opening captain score round 1. I think I've had 3 under 100 round 1 scores in the last 3 years, something like that, just because of stupid shit like that. I hate him right now. I'm pissed off.
Now, mate, pick 2. We've got a comment right now in the live saying pick 2 out of LDU, Sarong, Merritt, Dawson. These are all non-buy primo mids, mate. If you're picking 2 of those, who are you picking?
Well, I'm probably going to be biased and go by price here. Sarong and LDU for me. Merritt, I'm still a little bit about later on in the season.
Merritt's good, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the crowd's not happy with that one, mate.
Stuff. I'm talking about like I don't feel like he will always play the midfield minutes that we want to see. Like he might get chucked half forward, half back. I watched him last year when I brought him in over Dacos, so I'd be a little bit scared about that as the season goes on that he's parked forward or back or whatever. I'm not getting CBAs, but yeah, whatever.
I've been pretty off Dawson all year. I just don't think this fast kind of game styles that we're seeing now are going to really help Dawson. So I think that I already got LDU. I was very close to getting Sarong, but Merritt looks like he's going to be playing for himself this year. Whether that tapers off towards the end when he doesn't sign a contract and he plays somewhere else, maybe that's a consideration. But LDU and one of Sarong or Merritt for me, mate. That's what I'm going with.
Well, I mean, the only thing we really agreed on is in Sarong. I was a fan of Dawson in the preseason, but I didn't really get to see that. Oh, come on, George!
It's the crowd. It's not me.
If we do it live together, I'm gonna headbutt you just for fun.
Come on, mate. Let's go. I'll take you. Now, let's go to what I can actually trade because I can't touch this shit fucking defense. So this is what I'm gonna do literally. So I'm gonna take off Sarong and I'm gonna play Lindsay, not just because Lindsay scored 7 more points than Sarong. Sarong had a bit more of a forward role. I was looking at his heat map. It was kind of like on the forward flank from what I saw. He was getting all his possessions. Lindsay, a little bit less time on ground. He got about 70%, but he looked all right. I'm going to head with these 6 going in. Let's just start with this shit midfield. Are you a Dylan Sharp owner?
No, I didn't get Sharp at all.
That's pretty good because 56% game time screams the next Elijah Atatsis. I don't think he's going to get dropped because he kicked 2 of Essendon's, I don't know how many goals they kicked. So I don't think he'll get dropped, but he's one that I can see some 30s coming from. So obviously I'm not saying to trade him or anything like that. But look, if you've got my midfield and you need to get that sexy Murdoch in, who are you trading out, mate?
Sharp, but if Carroll's dropped, then it gives you an avenue to Murdoch.
That is true. I don't really want to... Well, if he's not dropped, it makes it pretty difficult. But I do have Goulden here in flex. So I would have to trade out Goulden for Murdoch, right? We all have to get this fucking dud. I had him in the team for Carroll, but I'm like, nah, Carroll's got a number under his belt. So I went with the safe option. And then now I've got this dud Murdoch on the field. So I got... Jagger Smith, Lemiers, and Murdoch on the field, which I hate, and I can't really do anything with my flex spot because I've got all these midfielders locked in, and there's nothing to do. But this will be one of my trades because I need to get Murdoch in. So I got almost $500,000 in the bank and a sexy Murdoch in flex, mate. Tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't mind it. I just want to really know what part 2 is for this move. Like, do you plan on upgrading a Lombard potentially, or what are you going to do with that money? Or Watkins?
Yeah. Look, we'll get into that in a second. We've got to talk about Philippou and Marshall. Jonas says, is Sharp to Murdoch too early if Sharp is named?
Oh, far out. Yeah, probably.
You just hate to get rid of Sharp and he gets a good number and Murdoch gets a 40 or 50, but then you're in the same boat. But is it too early to do that, mate?
I'd want to wait one more week on these rookies in case they completely flip. Why don't you Sharp goes 80 and Murdoch goes 40 this week?
Unlikely with time on ground, but I do see where you're coming from. Mate. So what do you think about these trades? You said I've still got 500K here. Now, Philippou, which is a very delicious trade out, is only got a corky, so he's still playing, and I recommend that everyone keeps him. Do you agree with that?
Oh, I do. If in all honesty, if Philippou and Marshall are named this week, I'm not even trading them, and they look like they're minor injuries anyway. So I'm not really hot on trading either of those two players unless it's a 2 to 4 week injury and I need them over the buys. So maybe it's just one of these rookies are going to get dropped anyway, and that will help us on the Thursday night to decide what we actually do. Because coming from Monday, yeah.
I'm hoping for some carnage, mate, because there's little I can do with this team at the moment. What do you think about Max Holmes? Cheese wants to know. Max Holmes coming after the bye. I love Max Holmes as a pick. I was talking to Matty on the phone about Maxi Holmes, but if he didn't have his bye, that he would have been in contention. Where do you rate Max Holmes amongst all the superstars in the midfield?
I reckon he's probably top 6. I reckon he's probably about 6 on my list. Easily. I like Holmes.
That's a big 6, mate. There's Dacos, Butters, Bont, Anderson. Who else you got ahead of you, mate? There should be a couple.
No, I think, like you said, though, there's 4 players there, and he sits about in that category, about 6.
There you go. How many round 12 primos are you happy to have, mate? I've got a fuckload, but as we can see, there is so many injuries happening and pretty early. Like I've got Rose, Butters. I've probably got LDU when most people don't have LDU. Anderson as well, Shees and Petrarca. So I'm loaded with round 12 buy players, mate. Do you think that's too many?
I think I'd answer this one way. 5 primos is the max. I look at it as the primo number. Like when I had 6 or 7 primos out in round 12, it really screwed me. So I'd rather have 5 in any given line maximum. 4 feels a lot more safer, but all those players are popular picks. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I think 5 is where it's at for primos.
Mate, there's so much carnage. Like I've had almost 3 fucking injuries this week. So I'm sure that one of these fucking duds are going to get injured before then. And I just got to be more mindful of the players that I'm trading in to not get any more. I think I can still navigate pretty well with my fucking 6 that I have, but I definitely won't be getting any more. So that kind of rules out Wayne Maliras and Worrells because they have the round 12 bye. McAndrew probably won't be there by then. So my premium that I want to get right now with my 500K in the bank is Luke Jackson. But there's literally no way to do it. There's no real kind of feasible way to do this trade. Maybe if I get... Yeah, there's nothing I can do. If I get Swakowski or Zakowski or ZZ, as everyone calls him, for, say, Selwood and put the money into that to get Jackson, put Jackson there, then I got McAndrew sitting on the bench just wasting away. So I don't know if I like that either. So I don't think I can get Lukey J either.
Jackson makes no sense for you at all. I thought you were a smart man. Why are you asking me these bloody questions?
I'm just bouncing stuff with you. I'm bouncing stuff off you, mate, because you're the only one here.
I thought you said I had a shit team. Why do you want to know what I think? Nah, in all seriousness, I think...
Have you on the podcast just to fucking berate you?
Nah, these bloody sounds going to go. McAndrew needs to be R2 for you for those points. Like, they're juicy points. It doesn't make sense having them on the bench.
I'd love to have McAndrew at flex. That would be the ideal situation, unless I get rid of someone like a Walsh or there's some carnage, which I would fucking love. Then I can't really do much because Philippou should still play this week. He just got a corky. Must have been a fucking bad corky to not play the rest of the game, Philippou, you weak little bitch. Marshall, on the other hand, he just had his scans. So we're doing this podcast Monday. He just had his scans and there was no structural damage. So I don't know the timeline for Marshall, but it seems it probably is going to be short term. If it's anything more than 3 weeks, I'll probably trade him out. If it's 3 weeks or more, I'll trade out Marshall for God knows who, mate. But he's definitely one on the chopping block.
I'm in the same boat. I think if he's there for 2 or more weeks off, we'd probably bring in Cook from Adelaide in the forward line.
Oh, okay, so you're thinking more kind of downgrade kind of situation. See, I was looking at Cook, and I'm pretty sure he only had 15 touches and a goal. Like I know they were important touches, but like this is my memory that serves me correctly. Oh, okay, he got a little bit more. He got 19 touches and a goal. So yeah, okay, Cook could be handy. I mean, I'd love to see get another game under his belt, but we kind of have to pull the trigger early on someone this week, mate. And you got Cook firmly in your mind?
Yeah, he's cooking, mate. I think I actually like that pick. I was going to pick him over Watkins, but it would have mean Richards would have had to come into my side instead of Nick Dacos. So I could have went, Richards and Cook or Dacos and Watkins. And I just thought I wanted the better primo, and it was in 61% of size, so I had to not fade Dacos this year.
Cheese says, not obvious on the obvious trade, which is Goulden for Sarong. Not me. I don't like that because I need to get Murdoch. And if I get rid of Goulden for Sarong, I need to do something to get rid of Murdoch, and there's not much movement here. So Sarong also got an 80 or 90 point last quarter. I'm happy to miss Sarong. He's not one that's going to be firmly up there. He can do it again, but I'm not in a rush to get Sarong, mate. What about you?
The logical pick for this Goulden feels like a Sarong, because if you can do an 80-point last quarter or whatever it was, I feel like it's a relative pick. Like, at least if he's on 70 at 3/4 time, you're not really shitting yourself. So I like Sarong. I don't know what the hell was going on with Brayshaw, but and thank you, Jack. You too. He says you sexy. That's not even fair.
I mean, it's not fair. You're comparing apples and oranges here, mate.
This is not fair. I'm gonna go black out my screen again so you can't see me compared to you.
No, mate, you're fine. Now, I don't remember laughing at Zach Merritt at all. I actually said I liked him. So listen here, Doc, you're a fucking idiot. I never said that. Did I laugh at Merritt last week?
I might have, so you might be shooting shots at me. So that's
Doc. If you're saying that to SuperCoach Pro, then I am with you on it. But Merritt was firmly in contention. Ask Matt Deebs. Now, the big Bolchinator is asking about big Blackiston. I'm going to not say that next word. Mate, he has to go, doesn't he? He's a nice one to get rid of early. What do you reckon?
No way. He had the hit outs, the ruck roll. It's just 5 free kicks against for Blackiston that did him dirty. And Reeves and Meek last year, when now dual ruck, destroyed a lot of the SuperCoach ruck scores for the opposition. So I kind of had a bad feeling. I didn't think he'd score a 62, but the ruck roll's there, and he versus bloody Denty, or whatever his name is, Dandelion. Fuck, I don't know what his name is.
Essentini?
Port Adelaide. Essendon v Port. So he should do well.
Vicentini is his name.
Was it not? Yeah, whatever the hell, Vicentini. I don't know. It sounds like a painter from Italy. I don't know.
Is this your fucking first week watching football, mate?
No. I've just never been good at pronouncing conditions.
Right, let's get a boo going. I'm so glad I've fucking picked up on these sound things, mate. Bont, what do you think about the big bad bustling Bont?
Yeah, that was not fun as a non-owner, was it? But he's 700k, so people are going to be lacking in areas that they might not know about until a couple of weeks' time.
There is a good possibility that I do one trade this week and sit on it, but I kind of am going to be a bit more, say, aggressive. I'll probably use my other trade, mate, into getting... there's no one in the forward line I want, so I don't even want to trade. Say Marshall's out for 3 weeks. Who can I fucking get? McInerney, Riccardi.
McInerney's the obvious choice because now that, what's his name? Goulden and Heaney are out, McInerney's going to get all the mid-minutes.
I'm not trading in anyone who has a fucking buy, mate. It's already disgusting as it is. So, yeah, there's fucking no one in the forward line if you've got Petrarca and Sheasel. There's no one that's really popped up. Even Jake Rogers, another rookie that's had a one-off good score. There's no one really sexy to get. I'll probably just have to keep on going sideways because there's no premiums that I really want, and I wouldn't want Bont anyway.
Connor McDonald as a smoky?
No, he's still got his buy, and he had like fucking, I think 3 to 8 CBAs as well. So I don't like his role. I don't like him as a person. I don't like his haircut. I don't like anything about him, mate. I don't like his price. There's nothing I like about Connor McDonald, mate.
Sounded about like you were about to throw out a diss track for him in a second.
Hey?
Sounded like you were just about to go on a diss track and actually start dissing him on some sort of instrumental.
Yeah, I fucking hate him. Nah, I don't think he's going to be a good pick. The Bolchinator wants to know if Fonte for Blackiston could work. Or do you want to see your big Blackiston go up against fucking Vesatini?
That's the words I wanted to speak before. That's exactly what I want to see. So no, I wouldn't do it this week.
Welcome to the podcast, Boston. I'm a Collingwood supporter, and this is a low-life Richmond scumbag.
That's actually pretty accurate.
All right, that's enough of that, mate. Shouldn't have watched the other shitty SuperCoach content creators influencers to get Oliver and that loser McKercher. I didn't get McKercher. I mean, once you got the news that McKercher was going to be rested and he was going to have such minimal time on ground and he was training with the midfielders, I had him all preseason. And if you look closely at my team, there is no McKercher or Oliver.
Yeah, no, valid. I've got Oliver, but surely you wouldn't pick Oliver listening to me anyway, mate. So this guy was giving me shit last week, so I don't know why he got sucked into that. This is why the eye test is always better than what you may see go around as a flavour of the month.
Mate, let's get into your team. I want to see this fucking shit team of yours, and I want to see where you went wrong.
Where I went wrong? Listening to you all preseason, that's where I went wrong.
If you did, you'd have fucking Jackson. You would have had that Worrell. You definitely wouldn't have had that fat loser Oliver. And
he's been losing weight. All right, he's on Weight Watchers. Calm down.
Yeah, I'm calm. So I didn't get Parrish. I didn't get Young. So I went for Anderson and a rookie instead.
Yeah, well, that's where you fucked up, didn't you? So Parrish and Young are good. I'm only probably pissed off about Oliver, really, but he had 25 touches, got destroyed against the Dogs midfield. Blackerson gave 5 free kicks away. So my side in general feels good. I played the right rookie roulette, I thought, until Dev Rob outscored Marshall. So I brought in a DPP loop in McRae instead of Lombard, which was a dumb move in hindsight. But I just wanted those extra points.
It's a very, very dumb move. Like, what are you going to get rid of a player that's playing every week to get a fucking 90 so you miss out on 15 points for Dev Robertson?
Nah, I actually thought Dev and Lombard were due for a 40 or 50. And I was like, I just want a big round one score. And hopefully McRae comes back round 2 or round 3 because West Coast are going to get smashed by 120. So hopefully he'd come back this week, hypothetically. But I'm happy with the side. I've taken a punt on Parrish, Brewer, and Young.
Tell me, what are your trades this week, mate? Because I'm looking at your team and it's looking filthy.
What's the filthy part? I don't know what you're talking. You're such a bait-stirring bastard. You're full of it.
I'll tell you, it's Blackerston. Actually, wait. Let me just run the fucking people laughing emoji. It's Blackerston, Clary Oliver. That's pretty much it, mate. But there's 2 pretty funny ones. Are you going to make any trade?
I don't know, but I'm going to punch you in the face when I see you. No, I don't think so. Unless it's Murdoch.
Who are you trading?
Probably just Murdoch in, and that's about it if I have to.
For who?
I don't want to, though. For who? For Carroll?
If Carroll's playing, who are you trading?
To nobody. I'm just sitting on my hands, Geordie. You don't have to trade every freaking week.
You got 40 trades.
You've got 40 trades. I do not. I run out of them like you run out of tampons up you.
So you're keeping Clary?
Yes, because he's not lying. Like, this week he'll go 120 on a bag of coke. Who knows? He'll do well. It's fine. It's okay.
I feel like you're getting a bit triggered. Can you confirm if you're getting triggered?
It's my time of the month, all right? Calm down.
All right. Well, I'm just trying to help out your team, mate. All right.
What would you do? Just Oliver and Blackerston to a premium and a rookie? Well, because I don't like any rookies down back for Blackerston. That's the issue for me.
Yeah, I think you got to get Murdoch, right? Like, we have to get Murdoch.
Yeah, but next week, why this week? I just want to see one rookie get dropped or something. I don't want to do it for a playing rookie, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
All right, so there you have it. SuperCoach Pro thinks his team's perfect and he's not making any trades.
You're a rage-baiting bastard.
Oh, mate. You're just so easy, mate. I don't even have to put any fucking worms on the hook, mate. And then you just come fucking nibbling.
Mate, well, my Tigers lost by like 4 or 5 points. So of course I'm going to be spitting fire like a dragon this morning. I mean, tonight.
Sure, mate. SCPro and his gross, stinky, rotten midfield.
I've had too many coffees, to be fair.
Nah, you're good, mate. You're good. Just go over your trays one more time.
Isn't this your brother? Is that it?
That is my brother.
When are you getting on the podcast, mate? What is going on? Where you been? You've been hiding under a rock like.
I think he's done worse than you, Jamie. Can you confirm if you've done worse than SuperCoach Pro? And
Jamie also. Go on.
Nah, I can't remember what I was going to say, mate. The big one is who is in for Errol? If it's not Murdoch, who are we getting for Errol, mate? You don't have these kind of problems, but I do. Who is it? I would go, it's number one, it's Jackson if you can DPP it.
Why would you pay that much for Jackson, though, now?
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, he scored like 145. What do you mean pay that much for him now? He's got a good role. We saw he's even better with Darcy in the thing because Darcy's on for fucking 40% of the game. So he's playing a midfield and
Darcy's not always going to play 40% of the game. And if Darcy gets injured, guess who's coming back? Cox. And then if Cox comes back, guess what happened to Darcy? He's going to be playing forward, Jacko will, or at least midfield.
Mate, I think you're overthinking it. I think Jackson's going to do just fine. Who's he got? He's got fucking Melbourne this week. He's probably going to be going up against their midfield of fucking Windsor, fucking Langford, and that other dumb idiot.
Windsor was a shit pick too. Windsor and McCurry going to the midfield sucked. Their ball use was terrible.
Yeah.
Sarong.
You kind of have to trading War last minute for Geordie Clark would fuck you, but you have to. If you got Geordie Clark, I guess you have to back him in. Just like I'm backing in Whitfield, you have to back him in. I think there's a couple of premiums that you have the license to not back in. Is that a fair thing to say?
Yeah, you've got to back in these guys. You can't just throw away a Whitfield and an Oliver and a Clark after 1 week.
No, I was going to say you can trade out Oliver after 1 week.
But the week before you went 120-something. What happens if this was in the reverse? You're just rage rating again, you bastard.
No, I'm being serious. I never liked the Clary pick. Maddie's got Clary. I hate the pick. I think.
If you hadn't told me Maddie's got Clary, I wouldn't have started him, would have I? Could have saved me a world of hurt.
Well, he's kind of surprised me with it too, mate. Maddie's also got DCAM, but I think he's trading out DCAM as well. So there you go.
Wow. Okay. Well, we need to get him on the potty too. We need to have the three of us just going, showing our shit sides.
Now, someone's asked about Luke Parker's fucking defense role. I mean, I'm not going there.
Parker. Bye. Why are we fucking talking about Luke Parker in 2026?
Someone in the comments mentioned him, mate. You got to address these questions when you become a content creator, mate. You got to answer the people's questions.
Well, I feel like he's going to average about 85. I just feel like it might be a bit of a Zeeble pig role, but he's still sharing it with Caleb Daniel and McDonald and shit players like that. So
yeah,
Parker played a bit of a game of his life. Like he's just everywhere. So no, Parker's not the answer. That's sort of like that's something my dad would bring in this weekend. So just don't do it. And he's worse.
I think my dad too. Dad, if you're watching, don't bring in Parker. I know you're thinking about it.
Exactly, Dad. Don't watch.
So look, my number one premo would be Luke Jackson if I wasn't getting in the Murdoch. So I like Luke Jackson number one for me. I've always liked him preseason, and I'm upset that I didn't get him, and I like him more now. So he's got Melbourne. He'll probably play in the midfield a bit, kill him. Then he's going to kill Richmond. Then he's going to kill McAndrew. I think Jackson's a good pick, and he doesn't have a double bye. Yeah,
valid. Go for it then. Sell your soul for Jackson, and I hope Cox comes back this week and you can eat my words.
Such a fucking idiot, mate. Who do you like better than him? So I say all the people that have Goulden, the people want to know who do you get in for Goulden?
Can you bring up the price point of Goulden by filter?
566.
Well, if you don't got Rosie, he's definitely an option, right?
Well, fucking 3/3 of the competition have Rosie.
Okay, scroll down a little bit. My eyes can't see this.
Laird,
definitely
Zorko.
Nah. Don't
Dale.
like any of those. Nah.
Pretend you got some money because they're going to probably trade someone down to get some money. So you can get anyone for him.
Anyone. Well,
Pretend
then I'm going up.
To make it easier for you.
I'm not going down. I'm going up then. But I'm looking at. I'm still looking at. Sarong. Sarong's the only answer, really, isn't it? Sarong and Jackson.
Sarong and Jackson. Okay, so you say you're berating me for saying Jackson when you literally think he's the second best option to bring in.
This is the stupid issue, is who's going to bring in a third ruck in their flex right now? If you're running McAndrew at F2 and English at F1, and then you got your flex as a ruck, it's a little bit risky, is it not? Remember last year, once you just can't move them around. You got no flexibility in this side.
A lot of people have gone for R1, a premium, like a Sherry, Gorn, or an English, and then R2 Andrew. And if you put Andrew up in flex, you can keep on getting him and then get that Jackson that you've always wanted.
I just feel like it's, I'd rather.
And then obviously you got Zukowski here to back up one of these guys should they miss a week. And then Andrew can obviously, swap with him. Then you can bring someone in the defense out. That's why it's a more flexible move than you think. I'm obviously 20K short of being able to do it from my Goulden, but a couple of trades might see to that. So is there any way you're getting rid of Philippou or are you holding tight?
I think I'm holding both of those rookies. I think I've calmed down now. So, I'm holding both of them, I reckon.
Steve Meister, I would not be getting him. You're getting SuperCoach Pro. Just for everyone watching, SuperCoach Pro has had a fucking coffee and instead of his green tea. So he is fucking hyped up, man, and he's pissed off. Look at him. Yes. He's a fucking lunatic.
All this shit that these people are drilling in the comments, here's some fucking tissue. Fuck. If I see another Stevenson bloody Luke Parker bloody pick, I'm going, Geordie. One more stupid.
That's the police for anyone getting Stevens for Butters. Sorry, Steve. That ain't happening, mate. We're not doing that. Not here. Maybe you can do it on some other one's podcast. I was going to say some names, but I'm not going to call out any other content creators. Very frisky tonight. The whole crowd has noticed that you got something's you're looking a bit, I don't know, mate. You're a bit more rage baity than usual tonight. I can't usually get you that easily.
I don't know what's going on. I might have had something in the bag with Clary this morning, but I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not frisky at all. This is normal.
Now, Cornelio. Some people were sucked in. Jonas, I hope you're not one of them. And his Cornelio is a break even of 0. So why are we getting old cunts that are playing forward, Jonas? Yes, take the money that he brings you when he gets another 60. But then when he has his buy, fuck him off. Fuck! I told you Dugoi as well. I told you last week, SuperCoach Pro, 50-6. Just as shit as Cornelio, these old cunts in the forward line. Get rid of them all.
Cornelio was playing forward, so that was always a red flag. Dugoi I still liked. I actually liked Dugoi. But because his tog was low, I thought maybe you get a few more CBAs as the round's gone on. But yeah, that's not looking good for Dugoi because I almost started him. I would have started him if Young was laid out. So that kind of got kissed on the you-know-what for that. Definitely having a crash out tonight. I don't know why.
Jamie, there will be no getting Luke Parker for anyone. That's another police siren. No, we're not doing that.
Send me his address. Send me his address. I'm going to come over there and I'm going to smoke him.
That's actually my old address. But yeah, that's explosions for destroying your SuperCoach team. Anyone getting Stevenson or Parker, destroying your fucking SuperCoach team.
Oh, I need a defibrillator. I'm dead now.
But SuperCoach Pro, we're not letting you off the fucking hook, mate. You're going to have to tell me the best trade in the defense, the best trading in the midfield, the best trading in the ruck, Jackson, and then the best trading in the forward line. Just to cover all bases, mate. Okay. Tell me who is your favorite in the defense.
Yep, Josh Worrell.
Josh Worrell. Now, how if that takes you to a 12th premium on round 12?
You mean a 6th premium? Not a 12th, right?
Well, fucking something, my team. But yes, I mean a 6th. But it will be a 7th for me.
I'd maybe just take a punt on him. I seriously would. You might get a primo that gets injured in that round. But I don't know. I just like Worrell for that sort of price point anyway.
All right. I'll accept your answer, mate. Your best midfield trade-in, is it Sarong?
Sarong, yeah, Sarong.
See, I've got a feeling if you could hold off getting in a premium in the midfield, you got Maxi Holmes next week who's finished his buy, and he might be pretty good. Obviously, if you don't have Nick Dacos, there'll be a good time to bring him in after his buy. But yeah, I think Sarong, just pretty much based on price point at this stage. I still like LDU. I think he was, maybe graded a bit hard for he looked very good. And he's playing West Coast this week. So Alder, you could also be another good one that you can snare in your midfield for a pretty much cheaper price than Errol Goulden. And obviously Tanner Braun, if you can wait a week, if you blokes didn't jump on him, mate. But the forward line's a bit tougher. What are we doing here?
Well, if you've already got those players, and how much are you looking at? Like 570 or something, are you? Let me have a look.
I mean, you can always some people might be downgrading Goulden in the midfield for Murdoch and then choosing to upgrade someone in the forward line.
I seriously like Connor McDonald. I know it's a weird shout now that I'm finally on board, but I know he kicked goals to get there. McInerney and him appeal to me. So does Brian Myers.
Mate, you could be onto something about McInerney for a fucking second time this year. Goulden out. Heaney dealing with a tight hammy. You think his midfield is going to get up. He does have the bye coming up after this week, though. So that could be a bit painful, especially because I think he has the same bye as, I could be wrong, Buderick and Petrarca and that. So...
And I do like Max Hall and what he produces. Like, he comes up pretty high up to the ground. I know it's a bit of a left field one. Even Murphy Reed looks like he might have a decent season in him as well. But I don't know. I wouldn't be touching that bloke, mate. I wouldn't be touching fucking Max Hall. I think Max Hall is siren worthy as well, mate. So I've got to get the sirens out for Max Hall. No. You know what's Wouldn't be the first time, to be honest. Maybe Ross. That would be a sneaky pod, but Tigers supporters know what I'm talking about. Ross was actually not too bad.
All right, I'll stop it with the noises, guys. All right, so let's look at captains and let's lock them in, mate. Who are you doing for captain this week?
Okay, I'm thinking of going Petrarca.
Vice?
Yeah, as Vice. And maybe into Sheasel against West Coast, but also like English as a VC.
English against who does the Dogs playing this week? They got Adelaide. Oh, McAndrew.
And I like Butters as well. So maybe track into Butters, but there's 4 options for me this week.
Yeah, so I'll pretend I have absolutely everyone in the comp because, I might have some plays that you don't. I think there are better options this week. I mean, Gold Coast versus Richmond. If you had Anderson and Petrarca, who are you going for your vice captain?
Oh, Anderson every day of the week. Anderson's just, if he didn't get knocked in that last 5 minutes, he's probably scoring similar to Petrarca. He was everywhere.
He was really good. I don't think Petrarca can maintain an average of 161. He surely has to come down at some point. I don't know if it's this week, but I like Anderson a little bit more than Petrarca this week. For the captain opportunity, are you daring to go to Butters again, or is it a Sheasel?
What was the question? You completely cut out.
Would you go to a Sheasel captain, or would you trust Butters with the captaincy one more time?
Butters, because Essendon is shit, so he's going to run laps around him. They've got Josh Carr. They've got to respond. Butters isn't going to get tagged again. He was tagged with Finno Sutherland, but it's like the tag wasn't even that tight. But it's just like he didn't give a shit. To be honest, I don't know why.
Because he knows he's going to the Bulldogs or Geelong next year, mate. So look, I'm going to go for Anderson vice captain. Oh, I could even go Butters vice captain than Sheasel captain. It's a very easy week to do loopholes when you got all these players not playing. You can make anyone vice captain and captain. So, mate, I think I might go Anderson into Butters, give Butters another chance. He's just too good to score like that again. So, and I'm pretty sure he's got a really nice record against Essendon. Well, actually, that's pretty fucking average. So, but I'll back him in. I don't think he's going to get tagged, that's for sure.
I don't think he will too. Like Essendon midfield, you should be able to destroy SuperCoach wise, and same with Richmond midfield as well, because they've only really got Taranto there. So, and we don't necessarily tag. I don't think we ever really have.
Now, obviously, if you have, let's say, one player missing in your defense, you can still loophole one of the players on your bench with the other players just to get an extra score for your best 18. Yeah, if you're pro, you probably know this, but some people out there don't know you can do it. There's nothing really I can do with my team here, mate. So I think that's pretty much it. Marshall, I'm probably thinking doesn't play, and I can loophole Philippou with maybe Lombard, and that's probably what I'm going to do. Lombard, yeah.
How many windows did you?
Sorry, mate?
How many windows did you lick today?
How many what?
How many windows did you lick today?
Is that some sort of saying or expression, mate?
He's too old, folks. He's too old to understand his jokes. Bar.
I think I am. Does anyone understand that? Like, what have I licked windows?
Doesn't matter. I'll explain off there.
No, I want you to explain right fucking now.
I can't say some of the words in this contest, or else I might get banned.
I'll beep you out, man.
Nah, I'll explain later. Track against Tigers at the G should score well. That's relative. What do you think about Brayshaw? Did you actually see the Brayshaw game? What happened here?
It's just Brayshaw doing Brayshaw things. I mean, Geelong usually runs fucking two taggers with fucking that Mullen and O'Connor or Atkins, and they usually play really close attention. So Ron got off the handle in the last quarter, but man, Brayshaw has done this before. I wouldn't put Brayshaw vice captain, but I probably wouldn't trade him out. There is no way that Cordwell tags Butters, Riggsy. There's no chance. If anyone, it'll be Durham.
You mean Durham? Yeah, no, Cardwell's too slow to get to contest, wouldn't he be?
Cordwell has never tagged a person in his life this year or last year at least, mate. They're not tagging Butters. I kind of want to put Butters vice captain just to see how he goes, because I kind of feeling a revenge game is coming from him. But I just can't go past Anderson vice captain, especially when I chose him over Parrish and Young. If you don't have Parrish and Young, mate, do you think that you should be looking at bringing in Parrish?
Nah, I sound like I'm gatekeeping, but you're probably just banking on these guys to now get injured, aren't you? Because you don't really want to risk it. If you didn't start them, and the reason why you didn't start them was because they're going to get injured, I might not bring them in now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still like Parrish and Young can get injured at any time. I got another a game each from them before I decide if I want them back in, and obviously it can mitigate a little bit more risk. But I'm not thinking of getting Young. He played the whole fourth quarter forward and went like -10 SuperCoach or something.
That's probably just a rest in though. I've got no issue with that. That tells me that he had a ton in him if he actually played the decent minutes and didn't play him up forward. But he's actually not a bad forward. But when the Cats get over the top, like, what are you going to do when you're young? So I don't know. I want to know some VC and C options that are pod picks more than anything. Like, what are some left field VC and Cs instead of going through the standard BS?
Yeah, do you like a bit of a pod captain?
I like a pod VC, not a pod captain.
Yeah, okay. And is there anyone you're thinking of that for this week? Maybe Clary?
Fuck you. That's why I'm thinking of English. I
tell you what, man, Mick Andrew got more hit outs than DCAM on the weekend. I think we're underestimating him because he's young, but he's got a really solid leap in the centre bounces, the centre throw-ups, and he can actually, man, I wouldn't be surprised if he had more hit-outs than English at centre bounces.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I was at a bull rodeo on the Saturday, so I missed the Saturday games. It was pretty good, though.
Yeah, well, for the people who don't have Parrish and Young, let's just hope they get injured. If I get rid of Dylan Sharp, I can get Luke Jackson, and this is what my team will look like. Luke Jackson, English, Zakowski or Zako Stilskin, McAndrew at flex. And this is kind of what I like, but I really don't want to have to trade out Sharp for Murdoch, but I kind of need to get that money. How many players have you got missing this week, mate? Do you have any, or can you fool the full team? I got 4 missing in the midfield.
I'm actually the same as you, I think. Very similar. I've got a lot of shit rookies that are going to be in my field, so I might trade if some of them get dropped. But I've got the same sort of setup with those, Dacos, Walsh, and Brewer out. I've got Dacos in the back line, so it means I can loop my F6.
Yeah.
But yeah, similar to yours, I'm just going to be fielding a lot of rookies. I'm hoping Josh Dacos is top 6. I want to know your thoughts on Houston, though. Are you actually going to bring Houston in after his bye for a Whitfield if Whitfield shits the bed again?
I love this. Okay, so give me a scenario. Tell me what Whitfield scores this week, and I'll let you know what I'm doing.
90.
He's so fucking gone. He's got his bye. He's going straight into Houston. Or if Whitfield gets 150, I could look elsewhere in my team that I'm not liking, see if I can do a downgrade, and then maybe upgrade this M. Selwood if he gets dropped to Houston, and then run Sinclair, Whitfield, Rosie, Houston, Grilled, and Jacques Hares, or Jax, as everyone says. And I'm happy with getting one more rookie off the field in my defense. So I kind of don't want to go premium for premium in the back line. I kind of want to upgrade the 4th rookie, which is Selwood at this point. How's your defense looking, mate? Do you have 4 premiums back there? You got Blackerson.
Blackerson is my D4. I was going to ask you, so what's a pass mark for Blackerson? Because in my eyes, a pass mark would be 85. If he scores under 85, he's out of my side next week. I'm done.
Okay, let's have a look at this. So he's got Port Adelaide this week. Yep. So that's going to be, and then next week he's got Sherry. So
that's what I mean.
In order to want to hold him for that Sherry matchup, we're going to want to see definitely more than a 75, I think. And then he's got Tim English. So that's a pretty fucking hard draw. So he's going to need to go 80 plus to keep Blackerson in, because especially if you have no other areas to fix up. So if he's getting yourself an 80, and then there's all these players that have come up in price, you've got the Cooks coming. Roger will play his second game and he scored a 94. You know, obviously Milan, if you didn't trade him in this week, you're going to have to pull the trigger on someone. If he doesn't get an 80 against the worst ruckman he has in the next 5 weeks, then he's fucking useless to you.
Do you think we're trading rookies in a week early, though? Because they're not on their bubble. So we're not talking about what happens if this rookie gets injured. Like, hypothetically, if you trade Sharp out and Sharp plays and scores a 60, but Murdoch gets subbed, doesn't get subbed, but gets taken out of the game because he's done a hammy or something, are we going too early, or are you doing this to not use a boost next week? That's what I really want to know, because you don't really have any holes in your team. If you're only fixing up rookies, why aren't we just waiting one more week, sitting on our hands and seeing who gets dropped?
I'll tell you why we're not sitting on our hands, because there's a lot of price movement happening in the next this week and next week. So next week, all the Collingwood, Carlton, Geelong, and other players are going to go up in price. And then the week after that, we're going to have, everyone else coming up in price as well. So there's going to be a couple of price rises. And if we're caught behind, if we're playing catch up and we don't have Murdoch, and then some other, say, what happens if Rogers gets 120 next week and then you haven't traded in Murdoch? Like, even if Murdoch gets a 60, you probably might have to grab him still. But if you have to make an allowance for your team to be able to get players that might pop off, like if Cook gets another 90, Murdoch gets another 100, and there's another, a premium really one that goes massive as well. You've got to kind of mitigate that a bit by just going early in the first 2 weeks. I don't ever go early on rookies, but if it's the first 2 weeks of SuperCoach, you do, especially when it looks pretty cut and dry. Like, Murdoch's a good player. I'm not expecting 100s, but 60s at his price is going to be worth it. And it's kind of a bit of calculating. Like, you saw how much time on ground Sharp had. Obviously that can go up, that can stay the same, that can go down. But I obviously know that Murdoch's going to be a better inclusion than him for 50K less.
So this is my take on it. So this is like, I'm not actually worried about Oliver. Blackerson's break even is still about 58 or 60, so it's okay for another couple of weeks, worst case, because he's only 295K. My bigger issue is I want Cook and Murdoch. They're the only 2 rookies I'm looking at. If I go early on them, I'd rather wait a week until I see some of these rookies get dropped, and then they, sort of sort themselves out. Like, if McRae doesn't get named in the next week or 2, then that's an obvious, McRae up to Cook. I'd rather sort of let the pieces of the puzzle come into play naturally instead of forcing issues. So kind of want to
But what happens if you get an injury in the back line and you want to get Cook and Milan? And
then I'm using a boost anyway. So I know I might waste a boost, but I just want to wait one more week. Maybe Murdoch is the only player I bring in, but I can't see myself bringing any other player in. But Murdoch would have to come in if Watkins or Carroll got dropped. I don't know. I don't see a way where I'm doing more than one trade effectively. I just don't want to do it early. It never pays off for me ever.
Well, I think you have to. So look, this Carlton Rogers, 96, mate. What happens if he gets another 96? Someone you have to bring in. Harry Sharp, he goes 100. You have to bring him in. Bo Allen, the backline, gets a 90. Like, you know, one of these duds is going to do something that you're going to want to grab. You know, Josh, if Gipkis gets a 90 and he's on the bubble next week, are you grabbing him?
I'm only trading in a bubble rookie if they're going back-to-back 90 pluses. If they're doing a 76 and a 90 next week, my rookie might just be a slower cash cow, but I'm not going to burn 2 trades on one cash cow, considering they might make 30, 40K more. Is that trade worth a double trade for a slightly better rookie? Unless you're going to have them on field for the points, I feel like it's worthless trading 2 trades on a rookie. Well, you're going to trade them out eventually.
Some rookies like Salwood are going to make a lot less than 150K. Like, you know,
you had 70 the week before. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 1 week of data is a bit how you going. Like, you got 2 weeks of data with those guys, but the week before you did really well. And that's what I'm saying is Murdoch is the only one I'm really convinced by, just because I watched that game and I thought, wow, he's just popping up everywhere. But even Dev Rob looked good. He looks a fine F6, but I just can't see myself being too trigger happy just on one game. I don't know. I feel like you'll see a lot of people use 2 or 3 trades for no reason this week.
I think that everyone should, because we now have real data. We have where our players are playing, how they're playing. We've got, you know, information about Jackson. We've got information about Wangani Malira. We've got, you know, all these players that we've picked up that we didn't pick up because we weren't 100% on. Now we've got confirmation of roles. Like some people got McKercher because they weren't 100% on where the roles are. There's lots of things that we've learnt this week from round 1 that, you know, that need to be corrected.
I'm sitting on the other side of the fence for this. I think we're actually the opposite. And as a community, we go too hard on trading a shit ton because we're worried about what other people are doing. But then, remember last year, George, you had more trades than what I did to finish off the year. And guess who come back? You. Because guess what I did? Exactly what you're telling me about.
Exactly. But in the first 3 weeks, I used all my boosts and all my trades because this is the one part you want to get right. You know, everyone's going to be jumping on the same rookies in 4 to 5, 6 weeks because they're all going to be the same ones going up and down. This is where you separate yourself. You got to I've got 40 trades, 5 boosts. Do it before the price rises, and then save some.
All right. So my last question for you is, hypothetically, if you opened your account with my SuperCoach team, who would you be trading this week in for? And that's what I want to know.
100%. I'm getting rid of Clary Oliver. I never liked him from the start, and I like him even less now. 69 he got, sure. Like at his price point, he's not going to make enough money to be a keeper. And I don't think he's going to be a top 15 midfielder. I will see someone that I like. Personally, me, Merritt, Sarong, someone like that. Find money, upgrade into that, or put him into a Murdoch and put that money into someone that's been a failed pick, like a Blackiston or something like that. Go early on these guys because if Clary gets a fucking 40, Blackiston gets a 40, and you know all these other players that are doing really good, you got more options.
Well, I mean, if hypothetically, I'll give you a scenario, right? What I would do hypothetically is if I did that, Clary down to Murdoch, and then it would be Blackiston up to Worrell. That's how I'd leave my side if I was to do the Geordie way. And then it'd give me 1 pod in the backline at a 1% pod. It'd give me Murdoch, and then the week after, I wouldn't want to make any trades. I'd want to just sit in my hands and hope to hell they're not using 4 in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I should be charging you for this advice, but yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
So cut your losses early. All that preseason homework feels a bit shitty with 2 picks that early too, because I normally back myself with the preseason.
Well, look, at the end of the day, we all have you can back your picks, and sometimes they do come good. Sometimes they do come good, mate. Like, you know, who's a fucking shit Premier? Whitfield. That's why I'm keeping this dud, because I would be getting rid of him if he was in the midfield. But because he's also, number 1, he's got his bye. Number 2, he's going to lose money. So those 2 reasons why I'd get rid of Whitfield. Same with Clary. I think he probably might lose money, and he also has a bye. If you go to Sarong probably won't lose his money, and he also doesn't have a bye. So you're getting an extra game, you're getting him done, and you're picking a top 10 midfield. So if Whitfield is one that I really hate, but as we went through the defense options together, there's no one I really like right now that I would go for. Worrell looks fine. We have another game of data from him. We could wait another week until Whitfield has his bye and then have another game of data then. But he doesn't suit my bye structure because I already got 6 primos in round 12.
I don't know how many primos I have out in round 12, but I can tell you right now, if I do have a squeeze, I got Rosie, Butters, LDU, Sheasel, and Petrarca. So it would actually cross me over the lines of 6 primos out if I grabbed Worrell as well. So that's the issue I'm bloody dealing with at the moment if I was to do that pod.
That's the hard thing, mate. That's because there's not many defenders. That's why I personally am waiting a week and I will be jumping on either Josh Dacos or Houston. They're the ones I'm considering. Most likely Houston to free up a little bit more money. And obviously he has an average of like 106 over the last 2 years before Collingwood. And I think that he can also do pretty well. But let's look at Beast Mode's question. Could McAndrew be a perma R3 for the year?
I think so. I just feel like I'm just going to use his cash anyway to piss him off, to be completely honest.
So for me, Beast Mode, McAndrew could. But once he's made his money, he's gone for me because he has the round 12 buy. And I want to make sure I'm getting rid of rookies. Anyone that's got that round 12 buy that's not a premium that I absolutely must have. So he would definitely be one that I'll be looking to get rid of. Now, Nightfall's been patiently waiting. Thoughts on Bluckerston, Goulden, and Pooh to Fonty, Murdoch, and Bont? Or just use 2 trades, Murdoch and Bont, and save the boost. Fonty will make 100K quick.
I'd save the boost, wouldn't you?
I don't think boosts are worth the fucking... I reckon I could sell a marketplace fucking a boost and no one would buy it. They're that fucking common. We got 5 boosts. Goulden has to go. Bluckerston's pretty shit. It all depends on what you think Fonty can get this week, mate. If you think Fonty can get 80 and higher, I say go for it. I'm not big on the Bont, even though he got 166. He's 700K. That's a lot of money for a person who's going to be missing a game in a week's time. So for me, I'll be getting a more slightly leaner primo. Maybe do 2 trades, Goulden, and as I said, Philippu's kind of still playing, so you can call on to him if you wanted. But yeah, if you go Goulden to a Sarong or Goulden to a Merritt, that mightn't be the worst thing in the world, mate. What's your advice to Nightfall? I'd
probably just use 2 trades and save the boost because I'm on a lot of opposite trains to you, I think, tonight. You got to get rid of Goulden, so that's a must anyway. Pooh is a wait and see. Blackerson, I'd probably rather get rid of over Pooh. So if anything, I'd be going Blackerson and Goulden, and then making the 2 trades from there. But I don't know if he has DPP to actually bring in 2 mids for that. That's what makes that question tricky.
Well, we do need more information on Wayne Malira. But that being said, I was flicking through the preseason games, even the ones that the public didn't have stats for, and he did do really well in both of those games. So Wayne Malira, not too bad. I'll be waiting an extra week, though. Definitely need that extra data if you're thinking about going for him. He looked great, though. This is another one that I don't like. You're trading 2 big, expensive people in that still haven't had their buy. Yeah, boy, Huss. Wangan Malira and Goulden. Yeah, I don't know. If you're getting rid of Goulden, just get someone that doesn't have the buy. LDU, Sarong, Dawson, Merritt. Mate, who do you like out of those books? You're Sarong.
Yeah, probably Sarong. But my issue is, like, I actually don't mind getting rid of the Wang because his break even is going to be super high. So
yeah,
I can see the merit in doing that because he's going to come down in price and Bont is going to be untouchable for us for a while. So I don't hate the theory in it, but I don't know if I'll do Sicily. That's my only issue. I like the 3 out of 4. Just that Sicily pick scares the shit out of me.
Oh, mate, I just don't know if Sicily's a top 6 defender. We've seen some good games from him this year, but could he be back to his best? I don't think they're going to chuck him forward, so he could be. But it is a big risk. Trading in 2 people that have their buy, though, is not something I'm going to advocate. So the Primordial Quasar. Newman's back from suspension, I think, in a couple of weeks. I don't think it affects anyone unless if you're thinking of getting Ollie Florent.
Yeah, no, it's probably not. Important.
I'm very, very up for this, but I won't be even getting Bont after his round 4 bye. I am not getting Bont for 700K. We can spend that money on so many different things. He's not going to get 33 and 3 goals every week, surely.
Yeah, actually, you don't know. It's the Bont. He can do anything. That guy could be an astronaut tomorrow, and you'd probably believe it. Yeah, I don't mind. I just want to get him for at least 620, 630. I don't want to pay 700K for a man that's got a schnoz like that. You know what I mean?
He's Italian, so he's a good man. Here we go. This is something that you've been thinking about, mate. Clary, his break-even is 93. Is he hold for another week? Surely.
I'm going to hold him like you cradle a baby to sleep. Of course I'm going to hold him. It's more Murdoch that I want. That's the only player I'm really thinking about. He's the man I dream of every night before I go to bed and go, shit, I should have had him over Watkins.
I like Watkins. I should have had him over the fucking Sharp. Save that 50K, mate. It would have been perfect. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's enough for the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. SuperCoach Pro, thanks again for buying the beautiful fucking polo here, mate. I can't wait for it to arrive, and I hope you like it. And mate, you're going to look so fucking good. This is going to look actual professional for once. I'm
excited to wear it. I'm surprised you have biceps big enough to fit these guns in, because I've overtaken you, George. I'm now the biggest one on the Masters channel. It doesn't matter what they say out there, but this comes in large and extra large for the bicep sleeves. So I might even cut the sleeves off and walk around like a hero like you. So thank you. I do appreciate I love that I bought this.
No worries, mate. And what round do you think you're going to overtake me in SuperCoach?
Probably round 20, because I'm a snail.
All right, mate. Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you did like it. If you want to get yourself a polo of your own, go to the SuperCoach store. It's in the comments below, and let's just see if I can just play some more sounds before we leave. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you later.